India's favorite car maker, Maruti. Maruti, it appears, Karthik, is now also becoming and taking the biggest share of the pie in the 10 to 20 lakh rupee car segment. So not just the small cars, but also big cars, as some would say, segment within the SUV. So you have the compact SUV and a couple of other, to name two exact models. They came out from Maruti's kitty, which is one being Jimny and the other their MPV. Both of them are doing well for Maruti.
The MPV Invicto has only just been launched, I think on the 5th of July, if I'm not mistaken. So deliveries are yet to come out. But yeah, the 10 to 20 lakh rupee market is also not completely dominated by SUVs. In fact, a lot of small cars also, if you take the top model within these small cars, would easily be breaching the 10 lakh rupee figure. I don't know how much the Swift costs. Maybe, Amit, if you could do a Google search and check. I think the Swift would, or the Swift Desire would definitely, the top models would definitely be more than 10 lakh.
Absolutely.
The Ciaz would be more than 10 lakhs for sure.
Right.
Right. And even if you look at, let's say, the Fronx, which Maruti calls it a compact SUV and industry watchers call it a compact SUV. I still believe it's a slightly bloated up hatchback. But most of these hatchbacks are also now the top trims and the top few variants are above the 10 lakh rupee price point. Now, last week numbers had also suggested that in the SUV space itself, and SUV is also very widely defined from compact SUV to mid-side SUV to sub 4 meter, exceeding 4 meter, and there are so many trims within the SUV category. Maruti Suzuki already has a 46% market share of SUVs. And that, of course, I think SUVs have a 46% market share of total number of cars being sold, and Maruti has a sizable 25% or so market share in that. Now, within this 10 to 20 lakh rupee price cap, Maruti is already talking about what I think a 23% market share or so.
That is correct, 23%.
And now imagine with new models getting launched like the Invicto, with electric vehicles. I think the first one is slated for FY25, which means anytime between April next year to March 2025. The first electric vehicle from Maruti's stable is likely to be released, and another 6 electric vehicles lined up till 2030. I think the roadmap, the strategic roadmap is fairly clearly laid out for Maruti Suzuki that it's not going to be a hatchback market leader anymore. It's not going to be a laggard when it comes, like you mentioned, when it comes to SUVs or electric vehicles. It has been a laggard already in both these segments, but I think it wants to more than recoup its lost time by aggressively introducing these new models. And look at this financial year alone. You have the launch of Jimny. You have the launch of the Invicto. These are two big announcements coming from Maruti's stable that these are not small-sized cars, and these are not the regular Ciaz or Desire lookalikes in the market. These are pretty serious cars for the serious consumer out there. And add to that, of course, last year you saw the launch of the Grand Vitara, which was Maruti's first inroad into the hybrid category. And hybrid, of course, being a sort of, a midway between an ICE and an electric vehicle engine. So hybrid, based, of course, on the same technology that Toyota deploys in some of its cars, and that is exactly what it did even with the Invicto, which pretty much runs on the same technology, on the same platform as the Toyota Innova Hycross. So Maruti is pretty much there for the long haul, which there was no doubt of in any case. And it is taking its entry into bigger cars, more expensive cars, the more premiumized version of the market, far more seriously than one would have anticipated a few years back.
Than it did a couple of years ago, of course. So Maruti, they're betting big and, of course, getting a larger share of the pie, not just in small cars, in cars under 10 lakh category, but also a sizable chunk now, 23% share in the segment in the cars between 10 lakh to 20 lakh rupees categories.